in your mastery of skills and belief in yourself. That's the year 4. That's year 4 of the Chinese bamboo tree. Then in year 5, here we are, 5 years. All right, 5th year, stand up. Here we go. The tree has finally come out of the dirt. That little seed. Okay? I mean, to have that, you're going to have some patience. You're going to have some trust and faith, perseverance, and you're going to have to believe in my potential. That's not what I'm doing today. It's what I'm going to do tomorrow. You have to have the patience of that Chinese bamboo tree. 5 years for it to grow. Now, but look what happens now. You done built up your strength and flexibility. You done failed and succeeded and learned how to compete and keep your composure. Not throw a hissy fit and throw your gym bag around after a competition. You're getting better now. Now you're listening to your coach and you're following the plan. That's 3. Now you got confidence and you mastered your skills. And you're really believing in you, regardless of sports. You, just you, which is you in school, you in social organizations, you in your sport. Okay, 5th year, you stick your nose out. And guess what happens then? You grow at 2 feet a day. At that point, the Chinese bamboo tree grows 2 feet per day. Now it's shooting up. That means you put all the ingredients in, which means you have to have some patience. You have to listen to somebody. And now you're going to reap all of this growth. It's going to be quick. And that tree grows to 80 feet in 40 days. That is an important lesson of just sticking in there and don't throw in the towel. Don't throw in the towel. Because we have to believe we can become anything we think about a lot. So that's the Chinese bamboo tree, and I hope it teaches you guys a lesson. Thank you years and tree seeds. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay, I think I have one more exercise. This is the elephant training one. All right. Have you ever heard how they train elephants? How when they're little, they put a stake in the ground and they tie the baby elephant to a stake when it's only about a 200-pounder. And so they tie it and leave it like that for years until the elephant, who becomes a 1-ton, 1.5, 2-ton monster who could tear off a tree with his leg, he still thinks like he thought when he was a baby, that I can't get loose. I can't. And even when they tie up a giant elephant, put something around his ankle and tie it down with a little stake, he will not pull away, he or she. Because of the conditioning of the mind of the elephant as a child to believe it can't. I can't do it. And that is I work with a coach who said, can't is a curse word. Whenever he heard one of the athletes say, he said, don't curse. Stop cursing at this practice. And I can't stop cursing at this practice. And he was an older man, and I was like, what's wrong with him? But now I understand what he means, because if you keep saying can't, guess what? It really comes true. You really can't, like that elephant. And it's now there's a big giant elephant, and it thinks that little shoelace on his ankle is the same one it had when it was little, and it can't get loose, and it will stay there all day and night, just waiting to be let go. So we have to not think like that, not let our past or even what someone said about us be what we are. If someone's ever said something that was mean or wasn't right, don't believe it. Don't believe it, because you can do anything. You can do anything you put your mind to. So don't be that little baby elephant and become a big elephant that's scared to do what you can do. Last example of something that I wanted to make sure you got before I move into just the finishing of this lecture is that sports, to me, is 100% mental. And you've heard people say, sports is 90% mental, whatever, but they never say 100%. Sports are 100% mental. 100%. And that's the least part that is coached. That's why I'm here today, because I want to do something different. I want to coach your mind, because your body does what your mind tells it to do. I mean, because you imagine you're standing, waiting to salute the judge, and your leg just keeps doing like this, and you can't make it stop. And the judge is like, I didn't even tell her to go. And no, you control your body. You control it with the mind. Your fingertips, you tell it what to do. Your little toesies. So the whole body's controlled. So that means everything you do in sports or in school or in life is 100% mental. So that's 90%, 80% mental. It's not true. Everything you do is mental. And that's an element that really needs to be coached too. When I was a coach at Temple University, I used to have what was called pause talks at the end of every practice, and I had the athletes, even if they thought they were having a horrible day, I said, think of one thing, even if it wasn't you, it was your teammate. Say something positive about today, even if you thought it was the worst day of your life up to this point. And we would sit after each practice, and we would sit down, and sometimes I would see some of these horrible animal cookie faces, cracker faces, but guess what? They started to talk, and they started saying, wow, even today it wasn't my workout, but my teammate had a fantastic one, and I'm inspired by that. That one's pumping me up. And we all can pump each other up. That's why we're all inspirations to each other, because if you're in a practice and you're dragging, and your teammates might start dragging too. So we're all important to each other, and being positive is so important. So important. So again, sports is 100% mental. So that's an element that we all have to work on. Because we have to make sure that this is right so that we can perform. And I have here my ABC 1, 2, 3 principle. Now my ABC, let me explain what an ABC is. To me, the A is for aim. The B is for believe. And the C is for a chance, which is take a risk. And the 1, 2, 3 is how many times you should take that chance. So again, let me repeat. ABC, this should be easy to remember. Everyone knows ABC, 1, 2, 3. ABC, aim. Say aim. Aim. B, believe. Believe. C, chance. Chance. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, aim. If this hand is like this, and it's not as powerful as if I ball up these little rascals and I try to duke it out. Okay, a balled up concentration, focus is way more powerful than all your energy's all over the place. So you have to aim. You have to make a goal. You have to aim at it. Okay, whatever it is. And then you have your own goal. Don't have someone else's goal. Have your own goal. Don't really let people make goals for you. Coaches can help and parents, but you need some goals, some little ones that you feel happy about. I just gave my son $3 for basically doing what he had to do. But because I know he doesn't do it as much as he should, I rewarded the small thing. So that he'll say, wow, maybe this is good to do. It's good to do all my schoolwork every day like I'm supposed to and make my room up nice. So you need to reward yourself for the littlest things so you can start believing that I'm moving along in the right direction. So that's the aim. You have to aim at it. Then you have to visualize. You have to believe. You have to visualize it. At Temple, the first time I learned about visualization was at Temple when my coach brought in a guy, a psychologist, a Hawaiian psychologist from Temple. And he came in and he brought in the ocean music. And I'm like, what is this about? I mean, so we're going to light incense. And, you know, we're going to bang on a drum. I'm like, what is this? You know what? I did one session of it, 2 sessions. Next thing, I'm asking coach, where is that psychologist? I'm starting to get better. Because he made us sit on the floor, turn all the lights out, play the music, and he talked to us. His voice, I'm telling you, it's like ice cream cake. I mean, I don't know where they get these voices from, the people who do psychology. But, oh my goodness. He was talking, we were almost falling asleep. I was trying to get a nap, actually. But he said, go through your routine in your head and don't see a mistake. Because it's easy to see mistakes. He said, keep doing it till you can see it. You go through it like you see an Olympian do it. Just keep it. And I mean, every event I was falling off. I didn't have the power yet. When he first started with me, I didn't have it. But he kept talking. He came a couple of weeks later. And a couple of weeks. And you know, after a couple of times. And what he would have us do is go in the room before practice, visualize your routines, and then we flick the lights on, run out and do them right away. And you know, we went out, I mean, we looked like, oh man. I mean, it was amazing when you really see it good, and then you just go and do it. And that's how he trained our brain. And that visualization is so important that even in competition, you run it through one time in your head, even before you go to present, that you see success. You never want to see anything else but it going right. Because whatever picture you put in your head, it aims your body at it. You know? So that's where the visualization, also write it down. Write down what you want to do. I used to sit in class, it wasn't right, but I used to doodle sometimes. And I would write, I had wrote some routines or different things. But I'm not saying do it in school, but when you're home, you can write down what you want to do. What's your goal? This week, I want to do this. And stick to it. And then say it to yourself. The C part, which was the chance, you have to take a risk. You can't get the fruit out on the end of the tree if you don't walk out on that limb and climb out to get that piece of fruit. You just can't sit there and say, fruit, jump in my hand and be all sliced up for me. You have to go get the fruit. And you have to take the chance. The winners are going to take a chance. And that's what's good about little children. You never see them when they're crawling and then they get up and they take the first step. If they fail and said, oh, I never want to fall again, none of us would be walking today. Because we have learned not to let that be the end. We're taking a risk. We're going to even fall, but we're going to get back up and try it again. So you have to take a risk. And the 1, 2, 3 part means do it over and over till you get it. Thomas Edison, to get these lights on, they said he failed 1,000 times, or at least 999, before he finally got these lights right. That means a lot of failure. What if he gave up? We all be standing here with a candle right now. So you can't give up on yourself. No matter how many times it doesn't go as it's planned. Keep pushing and pushing till you get success. One example of that also for me is I became the national champ in college on my senior year. The other 3 years I goofed up where I would go and be so unhappy about it. I mean, I would go there and mess up the most fundamental skill and have to go a whole year and try to duplicate it. But then that final year, I got it all to work, and then I became a national champ. So what if I stopped after those first failures and said, oh, I'm done with this. I can't win it right away. I'm out. But no, I stuck with it, and my coach believed in me, and then he produced his first national champ at my college. We're in the last part. This is going to be pretty quick, and then we're just going to finish it out. Everyone knows about a hot air balloon? You know what it is? All right, on the hot air balloon, what do they have on it? When it's on the ground, what is tying it down? Sandbags. There's some sandbags on it holding that big giant that could just fly out of it. There's sandbags. So I got 5 sandbags, and this is really the end of this lecture with you guys. You've been great. I really appreciate this. So the 5 weights around the side of this, just use your imagination, this hot air balloon, is 5 that I'm going to mention. You probably could put 20 around it. There's so many things that can stop you from becoming and rising to who you really are. Fear, laziness, procrastination, comparison, and not listening to authority. I mean, these are some heavy hitters here, because even adults have to do this as well. We have to we work for someone. We're the authority, and someone we need them to listen. If you're in the military, can you imagine having soldiers that every time they say, okay, troops, we got it, and everybody has an opinion on it. Well, General, Commander, I don't think I want to go over to the left. We think we want to go to the right. No, but the other guy back there, he wants to go south, and he wants to go... No, the authority is the authority, or it won't work. If you're not respecting authority, and that's your coach, that's a parent that has to follow a boss, or high management, it's all the same. If you're disobedient that way, you'll cut off your line of getting better. So that's one of them. Comparing, like I showed the demonstration here of the tall person and the short person. Do not compare yourself to anyone else. It's hard because you're in a gym, you go to school, you have siblings. I have twin daughters and they compare themselves every day. I don't like it. I don't like it.